Wolverine is the best at what he does, and his suits have always helped him live up to that fierce claim. From his early days with the X-Men to the solo missions that took him to the darkest corners of the Marvel Universe, Logan's memorable looks helped him become an icon. While Wolverine has never been shy about charging into battle in casual clothing like jeans and a t-shirt, his official costumes have marked his different eras and highlighted different aspects of his complex life and personality. As Marvel celebrates 50 years of Wolverine, let's look at some of Logan's most important suits. We'll take a look at these iconic outfits and what makes them unique, as we prepare for Wolverine's new run that's about to begin. Wearing a suit designed by John Romita Sr., Wolverine debuted during a fight between the Hulk and Wendigo in Incredible Hulk number 180. This costume provided the basis for many of Wolverine's later looks and consisted of a yellow suit with black tiger stripes, a red belt, blue trunks, gloves, boots, and shoulder pads. Given to him by Canada's Department H, this suit also featured a hood with small ears and whiskers around Logan's mouth. The hero maintained this look only during his first appearance in the comics. When Wolverine joined the X-Men, he donned the suit that would become his most iconic look. While this suit kept the yellow striped look of his first suit with primarily blue accessories, it extended the black ears from Wolverine's cowl and removed his whiskers. Logan maintained this look throughout the 1970s and returned to a slightly modified version in the 1990s. This suit reflects the colors of the original X-Men uniforms, and Logan adopted this look whenever he wanted to emphasize his relationship with the team. This design became so iconic that it served as inspiration for several of the character's later costumes, including his new look in the From the Ashes era. During a battle with the Sheer Imperial Guard, Wolverine's suit was destroyed, so he briefly adopted the suit of Fang, an alien warrior he defeated during the Phoenix Saga. This suit consisted of a brown and yellow-orange design with numerous bones around the collarbone and forearm. As soon as Logan returned to the X-Mansion, he took off this suit and returned to his classic suit. However, versions of this costume were briefly worn by Laura Kinney and Daken, both of Logan's children. And the color scheme of this costume echoed some of Logan's later costume choices. Just before his second encounter with the Wendigo, Wolverine debuted another of his most iconic looks, his brown suit in Uncanny X-Men number 139. This costume combines the brown and orange-yellow colors of her Fang costume with the boots, red belt, and long-eared hood of her classic costume for a more streamlined overall look. Wolverine kept this suit for much of the 1980s and early 1990s, both as a member of the X-Men and in many of his solo adventures. Although he stopped using this suit, Wolverine briefly returned to it, or at least modified versions of it, on several occasions. During his adventures on the island nation Madripoor, Wolverine began wearing a dark blue sleeveless suit. Logan first wore this suit on a mission to help his friend Tiger become the island's biggest crime lord, and kept it on during some of his early solo missions. Logan occasionally paired this look with a red belt or a stripe of camouflage paint over his eyes. At this time, Wolverine was also operating covertly under the name Patch. When operating under this alias, he covered his left eye with an eye patch and often wore a white tuxedo. After being scattered across the world by a mystical portal called Siege Perilous, the X-Men disbanded, leaving Wolverine and his teammates to go on their own adventures. Eventually, the mutants reformed the team to take on the mutant-hating Genosha government, leading the X-Men to adopt new uniforms. Recalling the original X-Men uniforms, Moira McTaggart designed these yellow and blue training uniforms, which were first worn by Forge, Banshee, and the X-Men of Muir Island. However, Wolverine did not like the suit and quickly abandoned it, as did several of his teammates. After Magneto ripped the adamantium from Wolverine's skeleton, Genesis, Cable's corrupt son, attempted to replace Logan's lost adamantium. However, that process failed miserably and reverted Wolverine to a feral state. As he evolved into an animal, Wolverine wore a torn version of his classic blue and yellow suit. Instead of his usual hood, Logan wore a blue or red scarf over his long, disheveled hair until he recovered and returned to his human appearance. To prevent his Sabretooth from becoming more powerful than ever, Wolverine allowed Apocalypse to brainwash him into the Horseman of Death. After Apocalypse recoated his skeleton with adamantium, Logan gained an adamantium cloak and a new suit that made him look like some kind of thief. While a Skrull impersonated Wolverine in the X-Men, the real Logan donned blue armor, wore a red scarf as a hood, and favored a large sword instead of his claws. After killing the imposter Logan, Wolverine finally regained control of his mind with the help of the X-Men. Along with the rest of the mutant professors at the Xavier Institute, Wolverine donned a black leather suit, while he occasionally wore a jacket with yellow spots forming an X. Wolverine usually opted for a simple black leather jacket with yellow trim and a yellow X on the shoulder, which he paired with black pants, boots, dog tags, and a white or black t-shirt. This gave Wolverine a more realistic look as the mutants became a more important team throughout the Marvel Universe. Inspired by her Madripoor outfit and classic suit, this short-lived blue look featured boots, belts, gloves, yellow tiger stripes on her shoulders, and a giant X symbol over her heart. Around this time, Wolverine's younger counterpart from the Ultimate Universe wore a nearly identical suit that briefly gave Logan a unified appearance across the multiverse. When the X-Men rededicated themselves to being a public-facing team of heroes, Wolverine began wearing an updated version of his classic yellow and blue suit. This costume features blue side panels with yellow tiger stripes, boots, a blue belt, no underpants, smaller shoulder pads and small ears on the hood, with its minor design modifications. This costume persisted as Wolverine's primary costume for much of the 2000s and 2010s, as Logan served on numerous X-Men teams, joined the Avengers, and opened the Jean Grey School of Higher Education. When Cyclops asked Wolverine to reform X-Force as a Black Ops team, Logan donned a new dark suit for his secret missions. This black and gray suit takes several design cues from Wolverine's brown suit. However, his mask features red lenses, giving Logan an even more menacing look. While his X-Force teammates adopted similarly discreet suits, Logan only wore this stealth suit on covert missions, and has rarely worn it since the second incarnation of. After being infected with a virus by some microverse aliens, Wolverine lost his healing factor and began wearing an armored suit designed by Chris Anka that could protect him during battle. Built by the Superior Spider-Man, this heavily fortified yellow and black suit features a large X design extending from the abdomen. Since Logan couldn't use his claws without hurting himself, this suit also had artificial claws hidden in his gloves. For added protection, Wolverine included a small pistol to use if necessary. When the world's mutants united to form the nation of Krakoa, Wolverine joined them in a new brown suit. This suit follows the same basic design as his X-Force suit, but adds brown and orange-yellow colors to that classic look. With its mix of classic and modern styles, Wolverine kept this suit as his primary look throughout the rise and fall of Krakoa. On Krakoa, Forge built Wolverine a set of adamantium armor that he could wear if he ever lost his healing factor again. When Sabretooth and his army of multiversal variants attacked Wolverine and stripped him of his powers during the events of Sabretooth War, Logan used the adamantium armor to confront his archenemy. This armor almost completely covered Wolverine in unbreakable adamantium, and completed this look with the mystical sword Muramasa. This suit could also restore Logan's healing factor, and Wolverine used it to regain his powers before his final fight with Sabretooth. To this day, these are the most important suits Wolverine has ever worn. With barely 50 years under his belt, it is evident that future artists will create new costumes and styles for Logan. Tell us which is your favorite design and why.